Assalamu alaikum. I am going to make some quick iftar recipe. I was gonna make the soup last time to record Ramadan. It's kind of a busy time, so I wasn't able to. So I'm going to share it right now. Yep. Now my microphone is ready. Okay. So if you're joining me, please let me know. I'm going to make some soup. It's a very quick soup. Um, beautiful, high in protein, high in minerals and electrolyte to help you with hydration and um, satiety, right? Increasing in breast milk supply and everything, especially if you are breastfeeding and fasting. I shared a couple of videos about a few days ago. Yesterday, I came on and shared another video that was awesome, recipe that was awesome. Unfortunately, I was so tired and I wasn't able to continue with the video. I have to make it short and sweet. All right, so I have some stew that I have defrosted. It's been freezing. That's what I do most of the times. I make batch of stews and I freeze them. Okay, I freeze them and I use them as I need them. Okay, all right. So this is the stew. I'm adding just a little bit of it. Just a little bit of it. I have some that I have also served my daughters about a few days ago. So I'm gonna add that here. So I'll add that and mix it. You don't need to add a lot of stew if you don't want to. Just a little bit should do. Okay? All right. So in that, I'm going to add some couple of spices and make it even more delicious because the stew is just stew, right? So we are making some soup. All right. So that's what we're gonna do right now. And if you're joining me, please let me know. I have I have a couple of spices here. I'm gonna use traditional spices from Ghana. This is calabash, nutmeg. I'm gonna add it to the cashew that I am going to blend to make this stew. Okay. I turn on the heat and the stew would be simmering or heating up. By the time I get the cashew prep, everything else is ready. All right. So if I want to, I can add some oil to this. So I'm gonna add a little bit of oil, and the oil is from the chicken that I made, the chicken dripping that I made some few days ago, live here as well. And this is the oil. Okay, so I made the chicken over here live. If you're interested, you can go and watch it. I made the chicken with fried rice and it was so beautiful. So this is it. This is the dripping from the chicken that I made. I'm going to add it to this. It's gonna add a ton of flavor um, to the soup. All right, so add a little bit more. See how beautiful it is. So this might not even require me to add some broth, which I don't even have right now. I always keep some broth in the freezer but I'm not going to add any because I don't have any. All right, so I added it here. See what I have. Please let me know if you can hear me. Hello, Ketki Kami. Yeah, I can't say the name. What are you cooking? I'm making some cashew soup for hydration, and then also increasing breast milk supply for the postpartum mamas or the breastfeeding mamas who are also fasting this Ramadan. So if you know anybody who is fasting, this soup is awesome for them to break their fast with or to start their fast with. It's full of flavor. It's a family favorite. I also make it for my postpartum clients. Okay, I use primarily whole cashew. This is unsalted because I'm gonna add a whole other um, salt-based salt-based seasoning to the soup, and I don't want to use any salt, right? Okay, so let me move it away a bit. Okay. What is my name? My name is my name is Halima. Make sure you subscribe if you are not subscribed, please. And then also if you know anybody who is going to benefit from my channel, please shoot them or let them come over here. Let them come and learn, and let's learn together. Okay, so I'm going to blend up the cashew. Is very quick. It doesn't require any a lot of skills. It doesn't require a lot of time. You just blend up all the ingredients and you're good to go. I'm gonna move this beautiful flask, and I will connect. I will connect my processor. Okay. I hope that you can see. All right. So I'm going to blend the cashew. I'll put it in here, add it to this. About a cup is good. Okay, so I'm adding about a cup of the cashew in here. So what I did is I added some stew that I froze. I froze the stew. I made a whole bunch of stew and I put it in the freezer. So whenever I use any stew-based something, I would just pop one and use it. So I added the stew here in the pot. And I added some chicken drippings that I made. Chicken over here on live about 3 days ago. I added that in here for the flavor and for the fat. Okay, so now I am going to, I also have some cashew here. All right, so my cashew is in my blender. I am going to, like I said, I'm going to add this calabash nutmeg from, it's a traditional spice from Ghana. I'm going to add it. Typically, I would just roast it and roast it quickly on the stove, but it's unnecessary. If you don't want to add this, you don't have it, you don't need to add it. I typically wouldn't like bother especially if I'm cooking for clients who are not really into spices and herbs. I don't use it. Okay. I'm going to add also some shrimp. Shrimp. Okay, this is dried shrimp. I'm making nice day. Thank you for joining. Right. I am making cashew soup. Okay. Cashew soup. I'm going to add some shrimp, powdered shrimp, dried shrimp. This is dried shrimp. It's if you have never tried using dried shrimp in anything, you're missing out on a whole lot of flavor. All right, so I added the dried shrimp to the cashew right here. Okay, and I'm going to blend it together. And I mentioned about this as well. Okay, this is calabash nutmeg. You add it to soups to make it even more beautiful. It helps with women who are trying to increase their milk supply and heal from birth and a whole other things. So I added that. So what I'm gonna do is closing this, and then I'll blend it. If you want to blend it with water, you can, all right, which I will, because when I'm doing this, it sometimes gets clogged. So I'm going to add water to this to blend it. Okay, so this is the water. I added the water to the cashew and the shrimp. I hope you can hear me. Yeah. Thank you for joining. Please share it out to others so they can also join and blend. So I'm gonna blend. It's gonna make some noise. So bear with me, okay? I hope I have not I have not hurt your ears. Okay. So this is the blended cashew and the shrimp. You can blend it separately if you want the shrimp powder. If you want also the cashew as powdered, you can blend it. And then when you blend it as powder, you add it and you add water, and it's good. All right. So this is it. I'm going to add it to the stew base and then add more water. Mix it up and add more water. As easy as that. So I added water to the blender, and I'm going to add it to this soup. Okay, so this is what you're gonna get. Right? This soup is such a comforting soup. I love it. The family love it. My clients, my postpartum clients love it. It's a it's is a favorite on the menu that I have for my postpartum client. And then I think it's awesome also for my pregnant clients. I have not tried making it for any pregnant client, but it's awesome. All right, so this is the stew. Let me increase the heat a bit. So right now the heat is on medium high, so it cooks, and then I'll reduce the heat to low. All right, so I'm done with the blender. I can move my camera on the side. Okay, all right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this edible to it. If you don't want to use edible, it's fine. Don't use it. Um, I'm going to add a little bit of parsley. This parsley, I'm running out of parsley. I have to go to Costco and get some. All right. And then I'm going to add some hot pepper, just a teeny bit, because we don't eat a whole lot of like hot stuff here. I make it for my daughters too. So I add a little bit so they can eat with us. They can eat with me. All right. I'm also going to add this um, beautiful, beautiful tasting paste. This is from Costco. There is a veggie flavor and also the chicken flavor. This is a chicken flavor. It's beautiful. It tastes good. The veggie flavor is also good too. Just if you are interested, you go to Costco online or in store. You can get it. You can get it and try it. It's I don't think it's very expensive. I don't know the price, but it's awesome. Last time I was sharing um, this fried onions, and I used it in making my fried rice. It's awesome. If you're somebody who makes food and you use a lot of onions, you use a lot of onions, and onions make you cry whilst chopping or blending, please get this thing. This thing adds flavor and it's easy. You don't smell any onions on your fingers when you are chopping or slicing. You don't cry, and it adds a lot of flavor. It does the same work as usual onions. So this is fried onions. I added some few in there. Okay. It's not very expensive. It's $4.99. With tax is $5.19. So this is fried onions for you. And I used a little bit of it because I have already used some stew to be the base. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. If you have a question, please let me know as we go. Okay. All right. If you do have a question regarding the recipe that I'm making, regarding anything about Ramadan, about fasting, let me know and I'll be happy to answer. All right. Okay. So this is the soup coming together so beautifully. You see how beautiful it looks already. And if it is cooked, it is so good. So, 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 so good. All right. So it's basically cashew, some stew, and some spices, and some herbs, and we are good to go. You can eat it in a bowl with bread, with rice balls. Like us, we use rice balls. We make rice and we make it very, very mushy, like congee, but a little thicker than congee. And we mix it up. Um, and we eat it with this. This is awesome. Or we can make fufu, or you can eat it with just regular rice or yam or anything that you feel like you want to eat it with soup. Okay, the way you eat soup regularly is the same way. This is very filling. It's very nutrient dense and flavorful. Very, very flavorful. If I God willing, inshallah, I write a cookbook about for pregnant women or breastfeeding or anything. This soup is going there. It's going to be in the cookbook, and people, yeah, whenever I know it's going to be a household staple for a lot of women. Yeah, it tastes so good. It tastes so good. Okay. So I bought this spice blend. It's called Seven. It's called Seven Blend. Seven Blend Spices. It has um the ingredient is plain spices, clove, nutmeg, cinnamon, cardamom, ginger, co galangal. What is that one? I don't even know that one. Okay. I've never used it. It smells good. It smells very good. I sometimes add like other spices to whatever I'm making. I feel like I should add it. I don't know. If anybody is watching me and they know this can be added to soup, I will gladly appreciate it. Otherwise, these are all the things that I add. And if I have broth, I will add the broth. If I don't have the broth, I make sure that I'm adding enough of the spices that I have to make it very beautifully tasting. Okay. So whilst the soup is starting to cook, what I'm gonna do is my I will add the protein and then the veggie. Okay? So I'm gonna add the veggie and then I'll add the protein. The veggie that I use is this veggie. I use chopped spinach or kale. If I have kale, kale is very it has some texture to it. It's chewy. So if you want to have like a very balanced soup, if you use kale, kale is good. However, spinach doesn't have any like taste. It's very bland and gentle. So I like to use spinach because, like I said, I make soup and my babies, my girls eat it. So I want something that they would also desire to eat. So this is chopped spinach, and I'm going to add the chopped spinach in there. Okay. It is frozen. So what I'll do is I'll defrost it and then I'll add it to it. All right. So I'm going to defrost it quickly and I will add it to the soup. All right. If anybody knows this blend, they can let me know what this blend is. Okay. Um, with all the ingredients. I feel like it smells good, so I bought it to use it on chicken or beef if I'm making any protein. All right. So the protein that I'm gonna also use is this wagashi. It's called wagashi in our dialect, and it is cheese basically. It is cheese, fried cheese. I got it from from my country. Okay, it's fried cheese that I froze it because it's rare to get in this part of the the world in the United States and stuff like that. So I get a whole bunch that is made for me, okay, from my country, and then I bring it. You don't have to use it. You can easily use turkey. You can easily use fish, chicken, any. Yeah, you can easily use any protein at all, or even if you don't want to use animal protein, you use plant protein. Okay, you can add the plant protein that you desire. Already, cashew is a plant protein, so there is protein in this, but you want it to be more balanced, so you want to add protein. So this is the soup, right? It's cooking. It's not cooked yet, and look how amazing it looks. Um, Traditionally, if a woman gives birth, we like to use like energetically hot herbs in Ghana. So there is an herb that we call it's very bitter. I forgot the name. It's added to soups. They wash it very well to take away the bitterness, and then they add it to soup. It helps with healing the wound, and then also breast milk. It helps so much with breast milk. You see the mama making milk like she is she's a pipe, she's a tap, right? You go and open the tap and it starts to ooze like that. Okay, so it's beautiful. I don't have that. And then obviously I don't have a baby. I have not just given birth. um it's a beautiful taste if you are not very shy. Your taste bud doesn't really discriminate. If you like a whole varied flavor, it's good. But in a way, instead of using that, I'm going to use oregano. Okay, oregano is kind of like stingy, right? So it's tasty, it's beautiful, it tastes good, and I'm going to use it. So that herb is a stinging nettle. It's stinging nettle that I think they use it over here in America. But in Ghana, it's a different kind of stinging nettle. It's kind of a different thing. They use it to make the soups. They also use it to make sure that babies' bones, because it's full of calcium and other minerals that support bone health. So they use it to make sure that baby is also healthy, is developing with a beautiful bones and everything else. So they put it in the soup, and they also when baby is older enough, they douche it. They make mama douche it, use it to douche or something like that, and then they douche the baby too. Yeah, which I think nowadays they don't do that much. It's not done as much as they used to do before. So this is the spinach, the chopped spinach. Okay, I have the liquid with the spinach, and I'm going to add it to it because I don't want to discard the liquid. This is soup. It's soup. It's watery, so there's no need for me to like really take away the water. So I'm going to add it to it. Sometimes I'll just wait for a little bit to make the soup cook a bit. Okay, so the cashew cook, and it's very good because this chopped spinach is easy to cook. So I'm adding just a little bit to it. So I will start developing the flavor, and it's gonna cook. And then later, after some few minutes, after it's cooked, I will add more to it. And this is the um, fried cheese. Okay, this is fried cheese. I know there's a lot of cheese that you cannot fry, but this one is a fried cheese. The way they make it, you can fry it and you can put it in soups and it doesn't disintegrate. All right. So the next thing is to add my chicken, air fried chicken is right here, air fried chicken and duck. Okay. So I have the duck, and then I have the chicken. I'm going to add it to it so it's going to cook. All right. So this is it. I'm going to add it and it's going to cook with it. Using head to tail um, um, meat and protein is beautiful because you're going to get everything. You have the liver, you have the intestine, you have the head, you have the brain, you have everything. And that is awesome. Right now, a lot of the deficiencies that we have in this world um, related to food and nutrition is because we separate nutrition from food, right? We want to have the folate in spinach and all the other minerals and B vitamins that is in spinach and the fiber. We don't even mention it. We separate that from what is supposed to be. But God didn't create food like that. God created a food, all the foods that there is in this world, there is no one single nutrient in them. There is a whole bunch of nutrients, but one single nutrient is more prominent in the food than others, right? So eating it, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm getting fiber, but alongside it, Allah has made it that all the other nutrients that is part of the food help with the absorption of the food, help with the digestibility of the food. So that is the hikmah. That is the wisdom behind eating foods that is head to tail. When you buy fish, you make sure you eat all the other things that is in the fish. You don't just separate it and then say, "Oh, I don't want the bones." And right, so you need the bones. You need the bones. You need the bone marrow. You need all of those things to help with the other things in your body, right? All right. So yeah, yeah. Aisha Jassim. Yeah, hi. Thank you for joining. Jazakallahu khairan. We are making some soup, iftar soup, for moms who are breastfeeding and also fasting, or even for general nutrition eating. Okay, so if you know anybody who is in that category, you can share it with them so they can make the soup and increase their milk supply and also increase their hydration and satiety. And yeah, so, and if that's you, please stick around and let me know if you have any question. Yep, let me know. If you have any question, let me know so I can answer it whilst we are making this video. Okay, I added the protein, I added the chicken so that it can cook. I air fried it last time. If you have rotisserie chicken, if you have fish, if you have whatever you have, you can add it to it. And this soup is cooking, so well. All right. If you want a thick soup, you can add less water. If you want a very because cashew soup itself, by the time it cooks, it's kind of like thickened. Okay, it's kind of like thickened. So if you don't want it to be very thick, you want it to be uh like very light soup, you add more water. Like now, right now, I added more water. By the time it cooked, you're gonna see that it goes back to the same consistency that it was before I added the water. All right. So I mentioned that I was gonna add some oregano. Okay, let me add the oregano. And I think I added, but I can add more. It tastes good with it. All right. So I have my oregano on in here. I want to close it so it can cook a little more faster for us, and we can go on to do some other things. All right. If you're joining, please let me know what country are you based in. I am in the United States. Um yeah. Where are you also based in? Greetings. Greetings of peace. Thank you for joining. Where are you also based in? What country? Let me know. If you are not subscribed. Oh, beautiful. UK. Yeah. UK is a beautiful place that I want to go to. I have some I have a family and also some friends in London. I have never been there. I my interest to be there is not as high, but maybe soon I would develop even more interest to come to UK. But you can let me know if there are certain things that you can convince me to actually like quicken up the process and increase my curiosity and interest in coming to UK to come and just see and learn and have some community over there as well. Yeah. Okay. So food, soup is cooking. So when it starts to boil, like really hard boil, I will add the other ingredients so we can move on. Okay. So For those joining now, let me share with you what I used in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soup, right? First, I started with the stew base. I have my frozen stew right here. I make a whole bunch of stews as a mom, as a busy mom, a busy working mom, and also I have my side something going on and trying to also be present on YouTube. It's hard, right? So I make a whole bunch of like a big pot, even bigger than this one, a big pot of stew, tomato stew. I add a whole bunch of tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, tomato paste, bunch of spices, and a little bit of herb here and there, parsley, mainly parsley. And I add oil and I mix it, I cook it, and it's like this. Okay, it's like this. And then I will just portion it. I'll either portion it in Ziploc bags sometimes, or I will just portion it in this containers and put them in the freezer. This is a smart way as well if you are also trying to buy some more time in Ramadan to do some activities other than just being in the kitchen. This is a smart way to also do if you are pregnant and heading towards your third trimester, or heading towards your planning to give birth, like you are almost about to give birth, and you want some very efficient way to nourish yourself and not to get busy in the kitchen because you have to feed yourself, you have to feed the other family, maybe you have little children. It's hard, right? And postpartum requires a lot of nutrition. It requires also a lot of rest. So in a way, it requires rest, but then it doesn't give you rest if you don't plan it, right? You don't get the rest if you don't plan it. So you have to plan the rest. So what you can do is make stews like this. You can make a whole bunch of other things. But I love, because what I make a lot of the times is stew base. It has tomato base in it. So I love to make this stew. I add a whole bunch of other things that I said, tomatoes, onions, sometimes carrots, sometimes I blend it all together and then I put it in a container like this or in a Ziploc bag. I put it in the freezer. The ones that we are going to use not far into the week, I leave it in the fridge and I grab it. So like today, I have this and I used it as the base of the stew. So I fetched, I took a little bit of it, half of the container like this, and then I added to this. I added some um this dripping, this chicken dripping that I made, the chicken that I air fried and I put it in the soup. This is the dripping that I got from them, from the chicken. So I added that to add even more flavor to the soup. I'm going to add it a little bit more because I don't have broth. Okay, so I didn't use any broth in this. That's why I added my chicken too soon. So it gives it a lot more flavor and it also absorbs a lot of the minerals, the calcium and other things from the bones of the chicken. All right. So after that, I blended my cashew. Cashew is the main ingredient of the soup because it's a cashew soup, obviously. So I blended the cashew with this beautiful protein. It's a condiment, but it's also protein. I will show you. This is a condiment. It's beautiful, beautiful. That is shrimp, okay? Dried, smoked shrimp that I added to the cashew. Where's my cashew? I added to the cashew. All right. So this is the cashew. It's unsalted cashew. And look at it. Good. So I added that to the blender and I added this and I blended it. I added water and I blended it in my Ninja blender. All right. So I poured it in to the pot with the stew, and I mixed it. I added some parsley over here, a little bit of it. I added, yes, I forgot. I was gonna add this one as well. This is calabash nutmeg. Okay, I added about two to blend it with the shrimp and the cashew, and I also added a little bit of edible, about 1 teaspoon of it over there, and I added some hot pepper. Hot pepper is right here. I added that, just a tiny bit of it, okay? Because I want that heat, not too much of a heat, because my daughters will also eat this food. So I added that in, and I went ahead to add my protein. That's the chicken. I added the chicken. I defrosted this spinach, okay, it's chopped spinach. I defrosted it. I added a little bit so that it start cooking with it. I didn't add all of it because spinach can overcook. So I don't want to overcook it as early as possible. So I left a little bit so I can add it when the stew or when the soup is cooked up, or yeah, it's ready. So if it's almost ready, not entirely ready, I'll add the spinach so I can get the spinach a little bit more greener and not faded in color, right? And now I'm just waiting for it to like hard hard boil, and cook until it cooks up. Oh, I forgot. I also added this one. This awesome bouillon. How do you call it? I don't know. This I got it from Costco. It's chicken based, but there is also vegetable flavor. It's beautiful tasting something, right? You can add garlic to the stew, to the soup. I keep saying stew because I have another recipe for cashew that is awesome. It's bestseller on my um with my postpartum client. Awesome, right? So I add that one, and it's beautiful. Now we are just waiting for the soup to cook. If you're here, please let me know if you like Angel CL6RY Angel. He or she, right? Is based in UK. I'm based in the United States. You can let me know where you are joining me as well from, and if this soup is something that you would want to try. Yeah, Nyeman Partisan Music. All right. Thank you for joining. If this is something that you want to try, you can actually let me know in the chat, and you go from there. All right. Yeah. So this is an awesome iftar recipe, and it can also be a suhoor recipe as well. So for those joining now, I'm going to share with you how the soup looks now. When it was before, it looked so good. Right now, it even looks more amazing. And I have the drumstick in here. I have the chicken head. Some people will say, "Ooh, they will not eat this," but really, um, head to tail food, eating it. If you want to know the benefit of eating the whole part of a protein or the whole part of food, go get engaged with Weston Price books and read about it, okay? And see for yourself, read and absorb all the information, see for yourself how our ancestors, how our great grandfathers, how even those before us just recently eat. In Ghana, for instance, I'm originally from Ghana, we don't waste food. So we eat food in its entirety. we eat food in its entirety, right? So we eat food in its entirety. Um, everything in the food we eat it except the peel, right? Peel, we give it to the cows and the sheep and the goat and the lamb to also get what they are blessed to get from it, right? So in a way, there's no waste of food. There's also adequacy of nutrition because we are getting all the nutrients from the food that we are eating, and we add a whole bunch of spices and minerals and herbs and everything else to cook our food. Like I've added this shrimp to be a condiment, but it's also protein, right? I'm adding this fried cheese. It's also a great flavor enhancing element to the food, but it's also protein and fat, right? So all of those things add up to be awesome. So we are waiting for the food, the soup to cook. Yeah, thank you very much. Ramadan is going well. Thank you for asking. Alhamdulillah. The spiritual aspect is awesome. And the physical aspect too, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that, yeah, I am actually engaged in Ramadan. So may Allah increase us in the blessing, the entire blessing that we will be blessed with, because Ramadan is not like a set rahmah and blessing that Allah said this is like salat, right? He didn't say that he's gonna award us when we engage in congregational prayer or when we engage in solo prayers, or this is the number of barakah or the number of blessings that we get. No, for Ramadan, we are told that Allah Himself, He knows to bless us the way He wants to bless us. So it's based on our effort and it's based on the factors He wants to bless us with. So may Allah bless us with that as much as possible. Is the it is the purpose. The purpose is just to attain Allah's taqwa, right? So inshallah, may Allah make us to be those people who attain that. Mhm. Yeah. All right. Okay. And how is your Ramadan? Yeah, how is your Ramadan going as well? Spiritually, physical, the spiritual effect, the physical effect, and everything else. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the soup is really vehemently cooking. Okay. So I am going to reduce the heat so it cooks. Yarhamkallah. I'm going to reduce the heat. Shafakillah. I'm going to reduce the heat so it cooked a bit slowly. All right, it simmers because now I think the demineralization, okay, decalcification of of the that needs to happen of the bones from the chicken has happened. I have put it in a high heat and it cooked. You see the soup coming together, right? Okay, so it's coming together. Let me go up close, up close, up close, up close. Okay, so this is it, up close. All right. So remember, I added a whole bunch of other parts of the chicken here and here. And I mentioned that there shouldn't be waste. Look, the head of the chicken. Growing up, when people eat the head, we say their head is gonna grow big and their brain is gonna be even more wiser. So if you have never tried it, try it. Try it. Okay. So now my soup is beautiful. It looks beautiful. It looks awesome. I'm going to add the spinach, the whole of the spinach, and reduce the heat so it cooks. It simmers. And then I'll add this. I'm going to add this one. This is frozen. Typically, I'll use fresh one because I don't get it. Over here, I try to get it made for me so that I can freeze it. All right. So this is the soup, right? Definitely, definitely. Allah is in control. He sometimes make us like he sometimes um make us not to realize the blessing behind the hurdles until we go through certain things, because either first of all we are expected to learn from things, or we are expected to just experience it just to make us stern and strong. So the bad days, we we might be going through bad days, but it could be that bad days that is leading us to a beautiful, beautiful good days. So may Allah make it easy for you. May Allah make you to see um, the blessing from the bad days. The blessing from the bad days. Yesterday, I was listening to Sheikh Mikael's one of his lectures, and he was giving a story about Musa alayhi salam, when he got very defeated when Allah told him to go and confront Pharaoh. And he just got defeated because he started to think about his deformities of being a stammer. He stammers, right? His tongue doesn't really say things properly. So he go, wow, I the one going to face this tyrant? Am I going to, like, really, what am I going to say? Do I even have the words? Do I even have the courage? Do I even have, by the time I say a word, he has said so many that how can I conquer him? And he requested that Allah make his brother his his company. Okay, so Allah accepted that. Yes, your brother can be your company, but remember, even before now, all the blessings, even with your deformities, even with all of the other things that happened to your life, I was there. I did it for you. So remember that even now, without a company, I will still do it for you. I will still be there for you, right? So when he was put in the river, and his mom was made to be like a very strong woman, even though she didn't want to do it, but she did it. She put him in a river in a basket, and he went in custody of Pharaoh and his wife, right? So even that, Allah saved him. When he was little, he was a tifl, he was a baby, infant. Allah saved him. So Allah is referring him back to those days when he saved him. I have saved you before. So remember, it's not a human being who will save you. I will save you again, right? So that is the wisdom behind sometimes the hardship that we go through. And it's true, Allah saved him. Allah gave him a beautiful, beautiful ending to the story. The beautiful ending to the story was when Fir'aun himself attested that there is Allah. But it was too late. It was too late. Thank you very much. Yeah. This is a family favorite and client favorite. Yeah, I make it for some of my clients who like this kind of flavors when they have babies, they give birth. Um, yeah. And I was earlier I was saying that if I should write a cookbook, I will write this book, this soup in the cookbook, inshallah. So this is, we are in Ramadan. It's something that I have thrown in the air, and I'm just saying it on this live. But may it be a dua answered, inshallah. Yeah. So may Allah make it easy for you. May Allah make all the bad days to be even a beautiful, beautiful, excellent day, not even good day, excellent day, inshallah. Right. Okay. So I think the soup is cooking so well. Unfortunately, I have to end this live because it's answered already. I have passed 1 hour, 1 hour, 2 minutes. It's answered. I want to capitalize on the blessing of praying on time. So I will go ahead and disconnect in the next 5 minutes. And yeah, I know that Allah will allow me to come back again to share something beautiful with you all. So if you have anybody who is um, 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 breastfeeding, or even not breastfeeding, you can make it and drink it and eat it with so many things: pita bread, with rice balls, like as do with everything else that you want to eat it with. Okay. If you have anybody, this is specifically because I came in to share specifically for the breastfeeding mom who needs a little bit of ideas of what they can increase their milk supply and they can eat to give them a little bit of nutrition. So that's why I am sharing the soup. So I would come back again, inshallah, to share a different version of it. Peace be upon you too. Assalamu alaikum. Jazakillahu khairan for being here and engaging. May Allah make it easy for you. May Allah give you all the other blessings that you even have not even thought about in this Ramadan. Says the blessings are coming and my patience is tested every day since I wrote a book. Oh, mashallah, congratulations, Mabruk. I like put Baraka in the book. Is that book available? If you can share it in the chat, so people can also see and connect with you, hopefully, that way. All right. If it is a nice book, if it's a book that relates to the kind of audience that I engage with, that engage with my content, it can be helpful to them. So you can share it in the chat. Okay. So this is the soup. This is awesome soup. Okay. Yeah. So in the next few minutes, now it's 65th minute already. I think I will just disconnect and then and make it a point to come back again and share something else. If I come back from Tarawih and there is enough time, I will share something else. Come back and share something else. Yeah, so share the link, in the chat. I know that sometimes the chat runs even if there is a replay of the live, so people can access that. If it's not working, you can come back and share it in the comment, so people can access that if it's going to be beneficial to the audience that we have here. The audience we have here are women, and women in their childbearing age. So hey, John, Darren, we're making some cashew soup. I'm almost done, so thanks for joining. Okay. All right. So if there is any other question, please let me know before I disconnect. If not, then I'm going to disconnect because I have to go and pray. I don't want to be pushing it away. By the time I push it the next 5 minutes, Shaitan is going to do its job. And I don't want that to happen, for it to be another 20 minutes for me to pray as a. All right. So count down. Counting down until I call it a day, inshallah. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, and share it with others. Share it with others. Jazakumullah khairan for being here. Okay. So, yes. So, I think that's it. Hey, Linda Milbrath. I hope I said it right. John, we made some awesome soup right here. The soup is a cashew soup. I used this shrimp. I used shrimp, dried smoked shrimp, and I used some cashew. I blended it together, unsalted cashew. I blended it together. I added some spices and herbs, and I added um, my spinach. Okay, I added spinach. I added some chicken. Like I said, for the chicken is a head to tail chicken. I use the head. I use the drumstick. I used everything so I can maximize on the minerals that is in the soup. I made it to cook with the soup so I can get the decalcification. I can get the calcium extracted from the bones. I can also get the minerals extracted from the bones to land in the soup itself for proper hydration, for proper nutrient absorption as well. I added some, what is it called? I said spinach, right? Yeah, I added some spinach and some pepper, a little bit of pepper in it because we want, want a little bit of heat, but not as much, just a tiny bit. And that's it. Okay. So this is the soup. This is the soup. This is the soup. I'm gonna stir it, and then you see it. If you're interested, please watch the replay. I'm going to end this video. Unfortunately, you guys are here watching me. Alhamdulillah, I appreciate it. Sometimes I come on live and nobody's watching. I still share it. Today, I feel like it's kind of like a whole lot of you joining, but I have to go and serve my Lord. I have to go and do the purpose of my creation, and that's the prayer. Especially because we are in Ramadan, I have to go and pray on time. All right, I'm already even late into going to pray. So I will leave you here. I will end it. If you're interested, I can come back again to share another version of the soup or an awesome soup. And like I said, this soup, inshallah, is a dua that I'm making. May Allah make me to be author, an author of a book, an author of a cookbook for pregnant, postpartum, trying to conceive, breastfeeding mom. And I'm going to add a version of the soup in my cookbook, and then also the whole array of recipes that I have. So if you're interested, please subscribe and also share it, share it to other mamas who will benefit in making the soup to nourish themselves in this critical time of their life. All right. So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I will see you soon, inshallah, maybe tomorrow or later on if there is still time during the day after Taraweeh. Assalamu alaikum.